Recording, Daisy? Are we recording? Good. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Kylie. I appreciate that. We are waiting for some people to come in, guys. But guys, I am the host of this show. We're gonna have some amazing guests on here, guys. But in all honesty, guys, I gotta introduce the real star of the show. This is Sobaka. You all know Sobaka. Those of you who are regular, of you who know who come to my stream often, y'all know Sobaka. If you've had any kind of interaction with me, you've probably met Sobaka. Everybody says really that she's the real star of the show anyways. So as much as I'd like to take credit for how great and success, let's just be honest, Sobaka is the real star of the show. So I want to introduce y'all a little bit to who Sobaka is, right? Okay, so Sobaka, I've had her for about 3.5 years. I got her in August of 2017. Geez, this is making me feel really, really old all of a sudden. So I got Sobaka in August of 2017. And I didn't know this at the time, guys, but I rescued her from a rescue organization. It was a no-kill shelter, and I rescued her. But I didn't know this until after I adopted her, that she had been adopted and returned 3 times. She had been adopted and returned 3 times. I didn't know this till afterwards. But when I first adopted her, I realized very quickly that she's got a lot of health issues. She has got a lot of health issues. About every 3 or 4 months, she has a major bout of irritable bowel syndrome where she vomits blood, she poops out blood, she won't eat for days. Her stomach makes these terrible gurgling noises. I mean, it sounds like literally like there's an alien about to jump out of her chest. It's crazy. So yeah, she's got a lot going on in her stomach. And so I took her to the shelter, and they told me, like, well, we can give her medical treatment for up to 2 weeks, but after that, it's going to be up to you whether you want to give her back or not, because we only have a 2 week. I mean, technically, there's a 2 week return policy on the dogs, because they give you your money back, which is like $200. It's not a lot, but you can return the dog back at any time, right? Technically, I mean, you just send it to the dog, but in order to get that medical treatment, you have to keep the dog. You only get to have that medical treatment for 2 weeks. So she had terrible, terrible intestinal issues. And that's what I told him. I was like, what's going on with this dog? Because like, I mean, she's throwing up. She's like, what, she's having all these issues. And they're like, well, she's been returned 3 times, probably because of those issues. And I'm like, well, geez, thanks for letting me know. You didn't let me know any of this when I adopted her. You just told me about how wonderful she was and how great of a fit she would be for my home. They're like, I didn't know anything about all these problems. You didn't mention that cute little pamphlet that you put on. Had her at the time. Her name, what was your name, Sobaka? I honestly don't remember her original name, because I changed it to Sobaka. I'm trying to remember it actually. I up until about a year ago, I remembered the name. It was like Gypsy. That was it. Her name was Gypsy. So I forgot about that. It's still her middle name, and it's on the paperwork somewhere. Her middle name is still Gypsy. I kept the Gypsy name as part of the middle name. But yeah, on that cute little pamphlet, that they have like all this information about the dog that you're adopting. They would say Gypsy is a loving and wonderfully affectionate dog. She loves to go to the dog park. She loves to interact with humans and animals alike. They didn't say that I was going to have to be dealing with these gastrointestinal issues every 3 months, but it's been a wild ride. So Sobaka, I can't imagine life without her now. She's absolutely one of the loves of my life. And guys, honestly, she has saved my life during, what's up, Sasquatch? She has saved my life during COVID. I swear, because I had some personal issues. We've all had a rough 2020, guys. It's been a rough year for everybody. But without Sobaka, guys, I don't know, what I would have done, and honestly, I owe a debt of gratitude to me. So, but that's Sobaka's story, guys. She's 6 now. I got her when she was 3. I've had her for about 3.5 years. She is my co-host. Sometimes she talks on my stream, not really, to be honest with you. And this is only a secret I'm going to tell one time and one time only. I'm really the voice behind Sobaka. I know a lot of you didn't know that, but I'm the one making the noises and making the voices when she talks. She really doesn't talk telepathically. I know, but do not let the secret, what happens on the Unnamed Pet Show stays on the Unnamed Pet Show. Okay, y'all can't let my secret out. If this gets out, I will be ruined. I will be absolutely ruined. I know, the betrayal. So guys, I would love to show you some tricks, but unfortunately Sabaka doesn't do a lot of tricks. She's very obedient and she's very sweet, but she doesn't do a lot of tricks. But I am going to show you guys something special about Sabaka. I am going to show you something special about Sabaka, even though I'm a little hesitant to do it because she's not in trouble right now. This is something that I do when she's in trouble. But Sabaka puts her, the first time this happened, she did it to herself because she had done something bad. And when I got home, I noticed that she had gotten in some stuff that she wasn't supposed to do. And she put herself, guys, in timeout. She literally put herself in the corner. She put herself in timeout. I'm not kidding. This really happened. So now whenever she does something bad, I tell her corner and she will literally put herself in timeout. So I hate to do this because she's not really in trouble, but just for this, I think just doing it once will be completely fine. I'm going to show you guys what Sabaka, what happens when she gets in trouble. All right, come on, Sabaka, let's go show them. Thank you for the wheel, guys. Thank you for all the gifts. All right, Sabaka, let's go. Let's go. All right. Come here, girl. All right, so Sabaka here. No, oh, she already knows what's coming, so she's. Yeah. All right, Sabaka. She's very hesitant to do this because she knows. Okay, Sabaka, corner. No, corner, 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 all the way. Good girl. Good girl. Now you're not really in trouble. Come here, girl. Come here, girl. I know. I know. I didn't want to put her in the corner for too long. I didn't want her to really think she was in trouble. But yes, absolutely. She will put herself, I will put her in timeout. Now she doesn't know how to act dead. She doesn't know how to do any of that stuff, but she doesn't really know a lot of tricks. She's a very obedient dog and she's very sweet, very affectionate. It's perfect for me. But the one thing that's kind of set Sabaka apart is yes, she does get timeout whenever she's naughty. So I'm gonna get set up here, guys, with my system. So give me just a second, and we're gonna get started the show. We've got 3 amazing guests, guys. I'm really, really excited about the guests. Okay, testing. Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Awesome, great. Okay, so we're gonna start the show, guys. I want to introduce myself. My name is More Miserable. You can also call me More Miserables, or if you're Chris Casper, More Miserables. You can also call me More Miz. Just make sure you enunciate so it doesn't sound like you're saying more men. But not that there's anything wrong with in the morning. Anyways, so we're gonna get started the show, guys. I'm gonna explain to you guys the way the show works, and then we're just gonna get right into it. So. Again, my name is More Miserable. Sabaka is my co-host. Come here, girl. Can't really do this show without her. I mean, let's be frank. So we've got 3 amazing guests here tonight, guys. We got 3 amazing guests here tonight. They're going to come. They're going to showcase their pets. They're going to show them off. We're going to learn why they love them so much. We're going to learn more about them. But I mean, as great as the guests are, as great as I am, let's be honest. I think it's just an excuse for us to look at cute furry creatures for an hour. Am I right? I mean. We can make all hoopla about everything else. I think it's just an excuse to look at cute furry creatures. Once we get started, guys, I am going to not be paying attention to the chat. So if you've been in my lives before, you know that I'm really, really big on interacting with everybody, reading the comments, talking to you guys, having that good interaction and good dialogue going. This is going to be a little bit different. The only time I'm going to be able to actually talk, I'm going to be talking with you guys is at the very end of each guest's turn. I'm going to ask if there's any questions for them. But my focus is going to be on the guests while they're in the box. So don't think I'm ignoring you. Don't think that I'm not, I don't see you, that I don't appreciate you being here. That's just I won't read the comments once things get started, once the guests are in the box. For my bouncers, guys, we're going to be doing things a little bit different as far as my bouncers go. So guys, normally it's pretty hard to get banned for my stream or kicked from my stream. We have a very high tolerance level. We accept everybody in the stream. But for my bouncers, if there's any negativity, guys, we're going to give 1 warning and we're going to kick them if they don't follow through. I reset my blocked guests every day. So if you do get kicked, if you do decide that you just want to go off and get dramatic and decide to, just fly off of the handle and say, More, I hate you, Sabaka, I hate you, all this negativity, and you get a warning and you still want to do it, you can still come back. We'll give you another chance, but we're not going to put up with that today. We're going to keep the chat fun. We're going to keep everything friendly, and we want this to be enjoyable for everybody. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna get into our guests. We have 3 amazing guests. I'm so excited about each and every one of these guests. So excited about their pets. We've got one non-streamer. She's a good friend of mine. Despite my best efforts, she's not a streamer. We've got one relatively new streamer, and then we've got one pretty established streamer who's pretty awesome. And I'm excited about each and every one of them. They're all wonderful people, and I can't wait for you to meet them all. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first guest to the show. Gigi, are you ready? Hello, Gigi. Okay, good. I'm gonna bring her in the box.
Hi.
Guys, this is my friend Gigi. Thank you, Gigi, for joining us. And who do we have with us here, Gigi?
This is Nala.
This is Nala. Oh, she's so adorable. She's so cute. I love it. I love it. So how long have you had Nala?
She is 6 years old.
She's 6. And how long have you had her?
I have had her, well, for 6 years, but I got her when she was 8 weeks old. Because when they're puppies, you can't really have the puppies until they're 12 weeks old to get away from their mother. So
okay, I didn't know that. And why is that? Why do they have to wait a certain amount of time before they can be taken away?
Because they need their nutrients from their mother's milk to get.
Okay,
strong.
okay. Good. Well, fair enough. See, I learn something new every day, guys. For the record, I failed anatomy and physiology in high school, so y'all have to give me a little bit of a break. And there's an interesting story that goes along with your adoption of Nala. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
So please share that with us.
Well, I mean, first things first is before Nala even happened, I went through 13 dogs to try to adopt these dogs, and I lost all 13.
Wait, what do you mean you lost all 13?
People got them sooner than I did. So.
Okay. Oh, that scared me for a minute. I was like, they all died. Like, what is? I was like, you lost them all. Jesus.
No, they
go ahead.
grew up faster. Like they got there faster before I did, and there was like
Gotcha.
one dog that I've never had a boy anything, but I really wanted this boy dog, and then he got scooped up, and then she was on I think online, and I saw she had one blue eye. That's all I saw was she had one blue eye, but she has one blue eye and one brown eye, and I didn't know that.
So when you saw Nala, where did you first see her? Did you see her like online? Did you see her like in an ad?
She was online. I saw her.
Okay.
I had been looking for about 2 years that I wanted a girl dog. I always said I was going to have a puppy before a baby, which is true.
Right.
I don't have any kids yet. This is my daughter. But I was just thinking, like, when I got her, her name originally was Sally.
Okay.
So there were 2 dogs. Oh, there she is. There were 2 dogs named Sally under her name, and one was a German Shepherd mix, and then hers she's like a black lab mix with like husky. Because you can really see, like, if you ever look at her face, she looks more like a black lab, but then you look at her eye, and it kind of tricks you.
Nala, come back.
Yeah, I know, right? You get all the treats? I can do a trick for you guys if you want to see. Come here.
Yes. Okay, good. Whatever brings Nala back.
Blue buffalo. So, okay, Nala, you want to do some tricks? Okay, ready? Paw. Good girl. Other paw. Good girl. High five. Good girl. Down. Down, Nala, down. Good girl. Oh, you get 3 treats for that.
Dang, I don't even get 3 treats.
Did you see all her tricks?
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nala, for cooperating.
She's super smart, but she also does this. Like if I go like this, Nala, what's this? What's that? What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Nala, what is this? I'm hitting my chest. Yeah. No, I taught her that because I do this for like the Little Mermaid, like with her voice. That's how I taught her to speak.
Gotcha.
Come here, Nala.
So back to your story. When she was Sally and you were adopting her.
Yeah. So my mom and I ended up going to this woman's house who said she had the dog that I wanted, but it was a mix-up because the dog had the same name as the dog I wanted, but her dog was fully like grown, and I was like, oh no, this is not what I came here for. So then she got in contact with the lab rescue people, and they said, oh yeah, we have that other Sally, and she's a Christmas puppy like litter, like they had her under Noel litter or something like that. And so we drove an hour. My mom and I, we had to pee so bad. We were holding her pee because we had to be first come first serve, and she was the only female that I wanted her so bad. I was like, I want her. She's my, my true love. And
So you held your pee in order to make sure you get there first.
yes, and she was the only female. They had all males, and
Is there a truer expression of love for a pet than when you hold in your pee?
Love at first sight. I've never experienced love at first sight, and she was love. The biggest surprise though is I didn't know she had one brown eye. She has one brown eye.
Oh, right, because because when you saw her, right, you saw her with the one blue eye, and you assumed.
Yeah, and I was like, but that's okay because I have a birthmark. I have a port wine stained birthmark. So I feel like, it's unique and different. And I was like, this is beautiful, and I still was like, I still want her. So
right.
I ended up getting her anyway. Her name was Sally, but when I got her, she was really sick. I had to take her to the vet.
Oh, no.
I spent a lot of money on that. She was really sick, and I had to give her some medication. She was coughing like a really loud for a puppy. I got scared.
Right.
And they said it was like a whooping cough for a puppy. It was weird. And so I just feel like I had to give her a strong name. I like The Lion King.
Right.
So naturally, Nala, hello, that's my favorite Disney movie. So her name was either going to be Shasta or Nala.
I love it.
My name, so I chose Nala because I needed a strong name.
Well, Nala's adorable. She's beautiful, and I know, because you and I are friends. How much she means to you. But Nala is more than just a pet, correct?
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Well, she's my daughter, but she's also an ESA, which is an emotional support animal, if you guys didn't know that.
Right.
And the way that you go about getting, that is, well, obviously, I was seeing a therapist. Mental health is very important.
Right.
I truly recommend doing that if you have any, issues in your life. And I did. I went through some traumas when I was younger. And I had seen quite a few therapists, and it was recommended to me by them that I can get an emotional support animal because I had suffered from anxiety. And the anxiety, I'm not one to take a Xanax, or I just don't want to be like a zombie.
Right.
And I was like, what are the other options that I could do? And I was like, I already knew I wanted, the puppy before the baby.
Right.
But it just fell into order. She said that, ESAs are naturally a year old, so I didn't get it right away. I let her get aged, got her spayed, she became a year, and I was like, you know what? We're going to do this. So I had to get a recommendation from a mental health professional, which is what I did. And here we go.
So was there anything special about Nala that qualified her to be an emotional support animal, or is this just something that once she reached a year, you got that qualification for her because of your condition?
Well, she recommended that I started out with a puppy so that I could maybe train her to be affectionate. And she's very affectionate. Here, let me kiss this. So, she's probably more of a lover than a fighter.
Of course.
She naturally, if you see her, she kind of has Rottweiler markings too. So people are scared of her when they first see her. But they didn't say any specific qualifications. They just said that it would have to be my own preference and stuff like that.
Right. So if anyone in the audience wanted to look into getting getting their dog certified as emotional support animal, what do they need to know?
Well, you definitely obviously, I hate to say it, you don't have a trauma or something, but you go see a therapist. You have to get a mental health professional's recommendation, which is a a professional. And I have a letter. I have it for all of my records. I keep all of her records. If ever I rent an apartment or anything like that, I let them know, hey, I have an ESA, you know, and I can technically take her to the pool and stuff like that, but she's not a service dog. A service dog is different. You know, she is an emotional support animal for anxiety. I have a little bit of PTSD. And I do CBD oil without the THC, but she is definitely more of the, you know, mechanism that I use.
Sure. So, okay, so 2 questions. First of all, her being an emotional support animal, what does that, I don't want to say like how does that benefit you, but what does that carry along with it that just a normal person with a normal dog doesn't get?
Well, like I said,
does that make sense?
It's different from an ESA, an emotional support animal. Like I could bring her, you know, if I was to go on an airplane, I would be able to bring her with me. She's my emotional support animal.
Right.
But it's not like I have a ridiculous animal like a porcupine or something.
An emotional support porcupine. That would, yeah. I would love to see that personally. If anybody out there in the audience has an emotional support porcupine or knows someone who does, we would love to have them on a feature show.
I've seen a bearded dragon emotional support animal. I mean, I understand that people.
Wait, hold on. Do people actually have additional animals other than like just dogs and cats as emotional? Like you can have an emotional support bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon. It gets a little crazy.
I want to get an emotional support chicken. You know, I really do. But only. Okay, so what is the difference between the emotional support animal and like a full-fledged like service animal?
Well, like I said a service animal, you know, they actually go to training school. Like they train these dogs. They help people that have disabilities, that are, you know, have a little bit of a shortcoming, that the dogs are trained for emergencies. They have asthma, epilepsy, you know, I mean, there's just different things that they're trained in specifically. There's specifications that they have that an emotional support animal doesn't per se.
Right.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Bella's loving this. She's like getting treat after treat. It's crazy.
So is there anything else about emotional support animals for those of us like me who know nothing about that you feel like we would need to know if we wanted to kind of look into? Because I think that's really important, especially I know a lot of us, especially 2020, are having a rough year.
COVID and everything. Oh yeah, she's definitely been a saving grace. I mean, but she's always like, I don't know what I would do without her, period. But
right. Now, I didn't tell you, and for those full disclaimer, guys, me and Gigi are very, very close friends. Even though she's not a full-time streamer, she did agree to be on the show today. But I know I'm not. I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this question, but I'm going to pick at you just a little bit. So you call your dog your child? Yes. Like it's not your pet; it's your child.
My daughter has kids of my own biologically. I'm 35.
Right.
So I guess it's just, I said I was always going to have a puppy before I had a baby, and I'm right on schedule.
So why? I guess my question is, why do you consider her a child? Because there's a big like wave in the pet community. Like this is not just my.
Here's how I figure it. Like my friends on Facebook, they're posting pictures of their kids. Well, I'm going to post pictures of my dog. She's my child too. So just suck it up and deal with it.
Does Nala get birthday parties?
Yes, she does. I go to the dog bakery. I mean, just the other day, I went to the dog bakery. I got her little Santa paws, little reindeer cookies. Like, I spent like $25 on her and my sister's dog. So,
did you spend more on Nala than you did my Christmas gift? Be honest.
No, I actually got you another one.
Okay. Fair enough. I was just not that I'm jealous of Nala. I'm just kidding. So Nala gets birthday parties. Okay, you answered my second question, whether she gets presents for Christmas.
Yes, she does, and she loves to rip open that presents. That's why we can't put presents under the tree, because she thinks they're all for her.
That's hilarious.
She's a diva.
So is there anything about Nala that's, I mean, obviously I know that you and your dog are very close. Like I said, guys, Gigi is a very close personal friend of mine. As you can tell, her screen name here, Moore's friend Gigi. Is there anything about Nala that you don't like or that you wish she didn't have or she didn't do?
Well, I didn't know this, but I found out obviously the hard way that dogs have allergies. that they could get dry skin. And like we moved here, and I guess there's something in the grass, the environment or whatever. We're from Chicago. Now we're like in like Oklahoma area, and everything's different. They're weed grass or whatever. And my sister and my dog have been breaking out. They have allergies. Their skin is really itchy. I use coconut oil and it's somewhat working, but I just wish that, you know, she wasn't itching a lot because she has dry skin.
Right. Okay. So she's got some allergies. You didn't know about that. That's the same thing about Sabaka. They were like, I felt like they were trying to like, no offense, Sabaka. I feel like they tried to stick me with a lemon when I went to the rescue organization. They had this dog that had been returned 3 times, all these health issues. They didn't tell me about it. And they're like, well, then once I formed a bond with her, I mean, what am I going to do now? Give her back? I mean, she's not a used car, you know? It's like, just turn it back.
No, because when you get an animal, you have to consider that they're part of your family. Like, I just don't understand how some people can just because they get into a new relationship. I've had several relationships where they wanted me to get rid of my dog, and I'm like, you're crazy. Like, you're going away, not my dog.
So this has been Nala and Gigi, everybody. Does anybody have any questions for Gigi about Nala, about emotional support animals? Any questions for Gigi before we let her go?
Do you have any questions?
Any questions at all?
You have to tell me.
You know, I will definitely read them if there are any questions. This is the first episode, so we are still getting our feet wet. We are starting to get in the groove of things. Does she have Rottweiler in her?
You know what? They said she had Australian Shepherd / Black Lab, but the more that she's growing, I see the Husky. I don't see
really
Aussie. Yeah.
See, that's
fluffy.
That's the thing. I've always thought the same thing as Mandy. I've always thought that she had a little Rottweiler in her, but I guess not. How is she with
a Rottweiler though?
How is Nala with other dogs?
You know, you take your dog to the dog park, so I was like, well, let me see if I could do that with her, you know, because she's around my sister's dog, and she's been around my sister's other dog, you know. It just depends, I guess, like, you know how dogs smell different dogs, and sometimes she's pretty fine with dogs unless they're skittish, I guess.
Right. Okay, so, cool. Here, Sabaka, when we go visit Gigi, you're gonna need to get your stuff together, okay?
That's gonna be so fun. Nala's not.
So what Daisy said she had a question. What was your question?
Oh, her name is Nala Rose.
Nala Rose. Oh.
Because Rose is the name of her actual mother. Like, I gave her the middle name. She's my child, so she has a middle name, and she has my last name.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Would you ever want to get another dog?
My friends think I should probably get another dog when she's more older so that she could kind of train that other dog before she goes over the rainbow. I don't want to think about it.
Oh no, I know. I don't even like thinking. Every time Sabaka gets sick and like it looks pretty bad, I start freaking out. Like, oh my goodness, you got to get well. You got to stay well. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions for Gigi? Thank you so much, Gigi, for being a guest tonight. Like, you're amazing. I just
came for my sister's birthday party, so.
Yes. Well, you look lovely. Guys, please. This has been Gigi. Thank you so much, Gigi, for being appreciate it. Have a wonderful night, Gigi. And again, thanks for being part of the show. We appreciate it. Guys, Gigi is not a regular streamer. She agreed to be on the show, talk about emotional support animals. I hope you learned a little bit of something. I learned a lot. I didn't know anything about emotional support animals. So apparently maybe I can get Sabaka, trained as an emotional support animal. I feel like she basically does all the things that Nala does, you know. But anyways, guys, we got 2 more amazing guests. But before we get into our next guest, I'm really excited about this next segment. It's kind of a little bit, hey, thank you for the guests, everybody. A new segment, a different segment that's not guest-based. This segment I'm really excited about. It's called Pets in the News. All right, guys. So as you guys know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now. A lot of stuff that's kind of depressing. A lot of stuff that's kind of gets us down. COVID, politics. what could be more fun than pet news? So I'm going to share some every week as part of the show. I want to share some latest news in the world of pets in the news, celebrity pets, all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, even though this was meant to make you guys smile, we are going to start off with two little bit of downer stories. I don't know if any of you know Kaylee Kukow from The Big Bang Theory. She played Penny on The Big Bang Theory. Well, her dog recently passed away, just unexpectedly. So she had, but it's a kind of a cool story. She only had the dog for a few months. The dog was a senior dog, and it had been neglected more or less her whole life. And she adopted the dog. Wasn't doing too well, but she wasn't like really suffering. So Kaylee adopted the dog. She loved on it for just a few months before the dog passed on. So really great shout out to Kaylee Kukow for having cared for that dog. The dog has gone on to peace. The dog has gone on to rest. But shout out to Kelly for adopting a senior dog. Everyone wants the puppies. Everyone wants the younger dogs. This dog is a dog that had recently, that had a very long life, but not a very full life. Now the dog's at peace. Another celebrity dog death, unfortunately, was Mandy Moore's dog. Mandy Moore. I don't know if you guys know Mandy Moore. She's in the show This Is Us. She was in A Walk to Remember back in the day. I actually met Mandy Moore a long time ago when I was a teenager. That's the side story. But Mandy Moore, she's had her dog, I think she said for 13 years. Mandy Moore, that's correct, Mandy Moore. She's actually had her dog for 13 years, and although the dog's had some health complications, recently passed away. Both of these stories are on these celebrities' Instagram. If you want to check it out, they've got nice little tributes for these dogs. But both dogs were a little bit, senior in age. But on a completely much more positive note, and this is a real story. Are you ready for this, guys? French dog named Wilbur was elected mayor of a small Kentucky town. That's right. There's a small Kentucky town in Kentucky called Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. Got 500 residents. Rabbit Hash is, ever since they started the having mayor, they've never actually had an actual person as mayor. So there's no actual responsibilities. But it started in the early 90s as a tradition. But it's one of the oldest towns in Kentucky. It was. They have one of the oldest general stores in the country, built around 1831. And so this town is not just like some random town in Kentucky. But they said that this dog, who's recently a foster dog, who she had that the owner adopted 4 months ago, an AKC certified, it looks like purebred dog, looks like a French bulldog, elected mayor of Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. And there have been 5 dog mayors in Rabbit Hash since the very first one. Goofy in 1990, but pretty cool, like kind of lighthearted story after all the negative stuff that we got in the news. The dog owner says that Wilbur is handling the stress of the new job pretty well. A lot of interviews locally, had a lot of pets, a lot of belly scratches, and a lot of ear rubs. That's really cool. The last story that I encourage you guys to look deeper into, the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington, D.C. needs your help in naming their new giant panda baby. Oh my gosh, guys, if you have the chance, go to the National Smithsonian's website and look up this story. It is adorable. This baby panda was recently birthed, and they need your help. You can go online, actually, until Friday and go vote for the name for this new panda. There's some names that are in the lead. I can't really pronounce some of them, but one of them is like boy. There's some other ones. But go online, go vote for this pet. And if you guys get the chance, go see this story on the National Smithsonian Zoo's website, because they have the video of the panda cub, which I'm sorry is one of the cutest things you'll ever see in your life. It's even cuter than Sabaka. No offense, Sabaka, but this is the cutest thing ever if you go see this panda video. So the National Smithsonian Zoo, asking for public help to name their panda. So go online, check out the story, look at the video. It'll melt your heart. It's lovely. And that has been, guys, Pets in the News. And now we're going on to our next guys. Oh my gosh. I am so, yes, the Pets News Network. Guys, I am so excited about this next guest. Guys, this next guest is a relatively new streamer to the app. She's adorable. She's sweet. She's super, super nice. Everybody make sure when she gets in the box, hits her with that favorite. She's got 13 pets, guys. 13 pets, and we're going to get to see them. We're going to get to meet them hopefully all today. So Bonnie, if you could request the box, I would appreciate that. We'll get the next guest going with Bonnie. Bonnie, welcome to the stream. And oh my gosh, we're getting started right away. Who do we have here?
This is Aria.
Oh my goodness. Okay. We're just jumping right in, aren't we, Bonnie?
Yeah, I had it around my neck the whole time y'all were talking.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to get queasy while you're in the while you're in the box. So, what's her name again?
Aria.
Aria, and how old is Aria?
Aria is about 14 months old.
14 months old. And how long have you had her since she was a baby snake, baby puppy snake? I don't know how
I got her a year ago. So
okay. Yeah. So almost her whole life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you have an interesting story about Aria as well.
Yeah, when I first got her. So I actually got her last January of 2019. So it's almost been a year. And Mom and I went to a reptile expo, and I wasn't expecting to get any animals. Just wasn't expecting it. She was definitely an impulse buy. I wanted a piebald ball python for a really, really long time just because of the morph is so pretty. You can see her coloration.
Pretty.
Yeah. I was looking at a couple of them, and I was like, these guys are really beautiful.
She's a lot prettier when she's in your side of when she's through the phone than if she was right.
She wouldn't hurt a fly. Yeah.
Are you're sure about that, right?
I'm sure. I mean, she'll eat mice, but like.
Gotcha.
That's my face.
Okay, so I didn't mean to interrupt your story. Go ahead.
You're fine. I went over to one kiosk, and I was looking at one of their piebalds, and I was like, it's really beautiful. And they were like, oh yeah, are you thinking about getting her? And I'm like, oh, I'm not quite sure. It was an older piebald, so she was more expensive, and she was around like $800. And they were like, well, we have another one in the back. She's a little bit younger. She's $600, and that is her. And somebody had actually already put down $200 to buy her. One second, I think I thought my brightness went down, but it didn't. And they never came back for her. So they put down $200, never came back for her, and they were like, we need somebody to buy her. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
Did you get to use did their $200 apply to your fee?
Unfortunately not. I still had to pay $600.
That would have been nice, right?
Yeah, I know, right? That was actually the same expo my mom got her crested gecko, which is next to me that you can see later. Yeah, and then brought her home, set up her entire enclosure, even called out work to make sure she was all set up and ready to go that day. And she ended up not eating for snakes eat once a week.
Okay.
I
could never live that life.
Yeah. She ended up not eating for, I think, 18 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is a long time, but some snakes have gone a whole year without food and have survived.
Oh my God.
Which is, crazy. But I was really concerned. I took her to the vet, and they were like, well, maybe you should change some things about her enclosure, her husbandry. And I was like, okay, I'll try a couple things. I tried everything. At first, she was in this beautiful glass enclosure, this glass tank, which is actually behind me, or in front of me. And it was beautiful. I set it up all night. She had multiple hides. This is actually one of her hides that she still uses. And she didn't like it, apparently. She wouldn't eat in there. And so I tried a couple more things, gave her a heating pad, gave her a heating lamp, and she didn't like anything. Well, finally, I got a big plastic tub drilled some holes in the top of it to put a grate, and then would spray it every day for the humidity to go up, because she needs higher humidity than other snakes, than my other snake.
Right.
And after a little while, she started eating. So thank God.
Well, that's good. And she's been eating regularly ever since.
She's been eating every single week ever since.
That's great. That's great.
Birthday.
So I'm glad that got you figured out. You got that figured out. Is that your only snake, or do you have another one?
Now I have another one in front of me.
Do you have? Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see the other. How many do you have total?
I only have 2 snakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they like siblings? Are they like husband, wife? I don't know how this goes.
No, they are. They're different species, or they're different. Yeah, species entirely.
So they can't mate with each other, even if they were.
No, they're also.
Can't.
My other snake is a little more aggressive, so I use this. He's a little mean.
Okay, we're gonna keep your wits about you more.
Come here, bud. He's bit me a couple of times.
Okay, please don't let him bite you on the. I don't, I'm gonna freak out if he bites you on the freaking show.
My Arya's bit me once.
And didn't you just say that the snake wouldn't hurt a fly?
Well, she didn't mean to bite me. I dropped her mouse and she striked and she hit my hand.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't going after you. She was going after the mouse.
No, but he will
Okay.
go after me.
Okay.
That
That happened with Sabaka once too. She was going for a treat and just like took a chunk out of my finger. Okay. So who is this?
This one is Sawyer. Hey, he's a little more, I don't know, feisty. It's pretty cute.
Yes. Oh God. Is anybody else getting freaked out while that snake is like looking right into the camera? I'm like, okay.
He actually, if I can show you guys, his belly pattern is really beautiful. It's like a checkered pattern.
Okay, I gotta admit that is cool. You could play chess with that. I mean, it's pretty cool.
He actually, they shed every like 2 months or so, and they shed less when they get older. But he shed this morning, and I actually have it. I thought that was.
Oh my God, that is so cool that he got to do that. He did that just for the show, didn't he?
I know, right? He really did. Here, sit up here for a second. I just think that the sheds are really cool. I keep them to measure how long he is every time he sheds, and I have his first ever shed too, but I don't have it with me. It's in my
right. Room. And you have an interesting story about him as well, correct? We had been talking before the show.
Escape at one point, and
yeah, this story freaked me out, guys. Go ahead.
So, well, Sawyer, I've had him much longer than Arya. I've had him for almost 2 years now. And one day, maybe just like 2 weeks ago or something, it was recent. My snakes are not in my room, they're in the office, but I do have my mouse enclosure in my room, which is in front of me. And so, like 2 days before the incident, or 3 days, I had him out, just hanging out with me on my bed, chilling. And I don't know what happened. I never do this. I don't know how I could have done this, but either I fell asleep or I forgot to put him back, or I went and did something else, and I forgot about it. And then a couple days later, my cat Lotus, she's yelling at my door. She wants in, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll let you in. I let her in. She jumps on my bed. She lays down with me for a little bit. I'm like, okay, whatever. Where are you going? And then she jumps off my bed and starts stalking the mice, which the mice don't care. She does this all the time. And I was like, okay, whatever, Lotus, you can do that. And I'm watching her, and I'm like, what are you looking at? Because she's not looking at the mice. She's looking above the mice. And I'm looking closer, and there's a blanket on top of their enclosure. And I'm like, that looks like Sawyer's head. And I go over and I open up the blanket, and there he is, sitting on top of the mouse enclosure. I didn't even know he was missing. And it was just like, oh my God. Like, I was shocked.
So he was trying to get to the mice.
I'm assuming he smelled.
That is so crazy. Even though you have 2 mice, that they're your pets. They're not fodder for the snake. Although you do feed them mice, so that is a little confusing. But we'll get into all that. But that is so creepy to me. That he was just like, was he trying to get in, or was he just maybe comfortable in the blanket? Who knows?
I don't know. It could have been a little bit of both. He's very interested in the phone.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Him like looking at the camera I'm just trying hard not to get freaked out right now.
He's so
Okay,
cute,
so
though.
moving along, so we don't take up too much. You say he's not a dangerous snake, correct?
No.
So what makes a snake dangerous? I mean, because there are obviously very, very dangerous snakes out there, poisonous snakes, venomous snakes. So what makes one snake dangerous and one snake able to be domesticated?
So it really depends on their, what word am I looking for here? Starts with a T. Temperament.
Okay.
If they have a good temperament, like ball pythons are notorious for having really good temperaments, which is why they make great pets. They're not going to bite you. They're not going to be harmful. They have no venom. But a huge misconception with snakes and people that don't know much about snakes is they say poison. It's not poison, it's venom. Also, they're not slimy. They're really soft, actually.
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
So venom does not necessarily mean like poison?
No.
Okay, but see, when I think venom, I don't think, oh, what lovely venom. I think venom. Keep it away from me.
Yeah, no.
So is there like non-toxic venom?
What?
So what would it do? Like if I had a snake that bit me with non-toxic venom, dang, Sabaka, you were just out like a light. I need you to stay away. What would happen to me?
So I could give you a snake example. There are snakes with venom that are super dangerous. Black mamba, for example, that'll kill you within a minute. But another snake, for example, is the western or eastern hognose snakes. They're super cute, really good pets. Temperament's not so great, but if you work with snakes, they're good. They have venom. If they bite you, they will inject their venom into you. But the worst that's going to happen to you, unless you're allergic, is you might feel a little bit queasy for an hour or two.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the interest of time, so you're a snake person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always ask this when I meet snake people. So obviously there's a good population, a portion of the population like me who don't like snakes, who hate the snakes. I think snakes are the devil. It's literally in the Bible. Anyways, moving on. So you're a snake person. So give me your best pitch. Like, what would you say to me, a non-snake person, to convince me to become a snake person?
If you want a pet that honestly takes little to no, I don't know, experience, time, snakes. Snakes are the easiest pet to keep. If you have a slower one, like a ball python, they'll chill with you and watch TV. You could put them in your pocket. I have multiple photos of Sawyer chilling with me in my pocket.
Right.
They're sweethearts. Ball pythons, they're not biters. They won't bite you unless you drop the mouse and then they hit your hand, but that was an accident. Honestly, I just find them really cute. They're super easy to take care of. You feed them once a week. You make sure they have water. And that's it.
Well, cool. Well, we're not going to be able to spend as much time as I thought we were, because this has just been fascinating, and we're burning through the time here. So can we move on to the sugar gliders? And I mean, feel free to show us the mice. I know the mice was going to be next on our list, but can we move on to the sugar gliders next? Because I'm really, really excited about the sugar gliders.
Yeah, we can move on to the sugar gliders.
Awesome.
This is Bexley, by the way. I was just holding her, but she is the gecko.
Oh, that's the gecko. Oh, he's bigger than I thought. Has he ever been in a Geico commercial?
No, that would be pretty cool though, huh?
Come on, guys. Give me an LOL in the comment or something, guys. Come on. Help me out. Crying face emoji, something like that.
Do you want to see the hedgehog? I have him here next to me.
Sure. Quickly, yeah.
Yeah. Come here, bud. He's in a blanket because he's scared.
Aw. Well, so was I when I saw the snake, so.
Oh my goodness, yes, so scary. Oh, so scary.
Is he like prickly? Can you touch it, or will it
this hurts very much, yes.
I would imagine it's that.
But
I would imagine so. Is he really, really fast?
No.
So is that a misconception that Sonic and Tails gave me when I was growing up?
Yep, that's a little face. He's pretty cute.
Dang. So guys, so hedgehogs are not fast?
No.
Sega lied to me.
Yep.
Well, that's cute. Well, I am so we've seen snakes, we've seen gecko, we've seen the hedgehog. I'm really, really, really excited about the sugar gliders. Yeah, what's the hedgehog's name? What's the hedgehog's name?
Hedgehog's name is Beaker.
Beaker. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so excited about the sugar gliders.
They're in the bathroom, so I gotta go.
Okay. Well, let's take us on a journey. Everybody, if you're just joining us, this is the Pet Show, the Unnamed Pet Show. I'm your host, More Miserable. We have Bonnie in the box. If you haven't favorited Bonnie, please hit her up with that favorite.
Also,
And,
by accident, my cat has come in. Oh goodness, she's not very happy.
She's got a lot of pets. She's got a lot of pets.
I'm ready. Hi. Okay, so we have the gliders in the bathroom. My mom's here with me with them. Can you grab one? Come on, bud. Yep. Oh goodness.
Oh, he's super busy right now.
Let's see.
Oh my God, look at that. Look at him crawling around there. So these are why are they called? Do you know why they're called sugar gliders?
Because they prefer sugary food and they glide.
Dang, I could be a sugar glider.
I mean, so they do. They're very good jumpers. They have a membrane between their front and back legs. So when they glide, they open them up and look like kind of like a flying squirrel.
So do they actually fly? Do they actually like jump and fly?
Fly as in glide, like a.
Right. Well, obviously they don't like Superman
Yeah.
across the room, but like that's really cool. Is there any way to see them do it, or do they just kind of do that on their own?
They do it on their own, but
Okay.
she has been jumping like crazy. Of course, now he's.
Oh my goodness.
Are they friendly? Do they bite?
They will bite if they feel threatened, or if they are going for a worm and your hand is right there, they'll bite you. But they don't. They realize that it's human and instantly let go.
Right.
Unless they're scared or frightened, they're not going to bite to hurt you.
Okay. Cool.
They're sweet.
They are. Oh my gosh, I could just look at these. They're so cute. So how long have you had these sugar gliders?
Not very long. How long have you
So these two we've had for about 5 months. They were sort of rescues. They came from another family who was unable to care for them. And then our young one, Penny, who's not in here because she's a spaz, we've only had her for a couple months, and she's just not
Gotcha.
ready to be out a whole lot yet.
Cool.
Cute. It's
They
really
are
hard to
cute.
get a handle on them.
I love it. I think that these are of all your pets. I think these are definitely my favorite. Of course, I'm competing with like snakes and lizards, so I mean, but still, they're my favorite. I feel like they're becoming more and more popular because I have another friend who's got sugar gliders. I had never heard of them before this year. I feel like this is becoming more and more popular for them.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing up in more expos, even like reptile expos. You'll
Right.
see sugar gliders.
So you say they like sugar. Like, what do you feed them? Like, can you just like feed them like Fruity Pebbles or something?
Well, we got apples here.
Oh, apples. Okay, well that's much more nutritious than Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, there's another one on me. Yep. I got both of them now. I want you to see the other one.
Yeah, they like fruit like apples, oranges, berries, grapes.
Yeah.
Love avocado. They eat live mealworms and superworms for protein. Actually, they love.
I love it.
The worms
I
are like
love it.
a treat. They eat yogurt drops. They are marsupials, so the female does have a pouch.
Yeah. That's cool. Kind of like a kangaroo almost.
Yeah.
Well, guys, for the interest of time, we are going to have to wrap things up. But I did want to ask a couple questions because I know she's got a lot more pets, guys. She's got cats, she's got frogs, she's got other stuff. But in the interest of time, we got to keep things moving. But I do want to ask one question, very important question. How much crap do you have to clean up on a daily basis between all these pets?
It's quite a lot. between all the animals. Yeah. Hey, stop it.
So do they sleep at different times? I mean, are they making noises? I mean, do they, is it kind of hard because of the different sleeping patterns of all the different animals?
Most of our animals are nocturnal, so which they don't make a ton of noise. I mean, the reptiles don't make any noise. The hedgehog doesn't really make any noise. Frogs sing sometimes, which is a little obnoxious. But
They sing. The frogs sing.
They sing.
Well, the male does.
What do they sound like when they're singing?
To the female, he makes like a buzzing sound when he wants to mate.
I do too, but I mean,
Yeah.
just kidding.
But yeah, these guys are nocturnal, obviously, with the big dark eyes. Yeah.
Well, we honestly, guys, Bonnie's got a lot more pets. We could stay with her for a long time, but we are running short on time. Does anybody have any questions for Bonnie before we go? Really quickly. We got someone says he's buzzing. Yeah, me too, designer. I'm buzzing. I've been buzzing for the past 9 months because I've been locked up in quarantine. Oh, that's a good question. So of all your animals, which is your favorite?
Ooh, man, I'd have to say my cat, Lotus.
Your cat. Oh.
Yeah.
One question I've always asked cat owners: how many cats is too many?
Once you can't take care of them anymore, otherwise, there's no.
I say that because I knew someone back in the town I used to live in. She had 12 cats.
Wow.
And it was just like,
But
I didn't want to see, I'm a very non-judgmental person, but even then I was like, huh, that's a lot.
Did it smell? Was it smelly at her house?
To be honest, I never went in her house. I just knew I didn't particularly know her. I knew of her, but I gotta imagine it was, and eventually they were confiscated from what I heard from a friend. But anyways, guys, please put it together for Bonnie. Bonnie, thank you so much for being here. Guys, please hit Bonnie up with that favorite. She's a relatively new streamer here, guys, but she's super, super nice, super, super sweet. And, if you go to her stream, she might show you some more of those animals. So if you want to get to know more about her animals, hit her up with that favorite. Go check her out when she goes live and check them out. Mandy, thank you so much for being a part of this. It was truly a pleasure having you on the show.
do I exit the box?
I'll get you, girl. Thank you again. Thank you again, Bonnie. Thank you again. So, guys, we do have one more guest on the show. Someone I'm very, very excited about, a good friend of mine, and a very, very good streamer. But before we do, guys, I have another segment that I'm going to be doing every week. It's called the Pet of the Week. And the way this is going to work is this is going to be, like I said, guys, this is going to be a weekly episodic show that I'm going to be doing every week. And so I'm going to be doing a featured pet of the week that's up for adoption. So Baca wins. So Baca is not up for adoption, though. So Baca cannot be a candidate. So every week on my Instagram, in my live, possibly even in my Snapchat, I'm going to have 3 different animals that are up for adoption that you can go vote on. Vote for whatever reason you want. Maybe they're the cutest. Maybe they're the most in need. But this week, of course, being the premiere show, I just picked one. So guys, this week, the pet of the week, I'm very excited, is Bosco. Guys, this is Bosco. Bosco is a mixed breed dog here, available for adoption here in Dallas at the Dallas SPCA. He is a mixed breed dog, 1.5. He was mistreated the first year and a quarter of his life. But despite that, the animal shelter says that he is got lots of loving energy. He is a little hesitant at first to establish that trust. So if you adopt Bosco, you'll need to develop that rapport with him. You're going to need to develop that, trust with him. But they say that once he's developed that bond, he's absolutely loving, has lots of loving energy. If you're interested in adopting Bosco, he is obviously the Dallas SPCA, so probably only people who are local here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But you can call 214-742-7722. He is available for adoption as of last night. He is our pet of the week, guys. This is Bosco. And I'll be providing a link on my Instagram after the show for more information about Bosco and more information about how to adopt him and the animal shelter, the Dallas SPCA here, guys. So thank you so much. And again, thank you, guys. If you're just joining us, this is the Pet Show. It's the Unnamed Pet Show, a weekly show that we will be starting this week. Hopefully picked up by me, Chris Casper. But But regardless, we're going to be doing this every single week. I'm so excited about this show, guys. I'm having so much fun. I hope you're having fun too. Our last guest, we are running a little bit over, so we're going to be quick with those last guests. She's last, but she's certainly not least. She's a friend of the show. She's an amazing streamer. You should already have her favorite if you don't. But her name is Ali Argentina. If you would request the box, please, at this time. She's going to be showing us her guinea pigs. Y'all, please welcome Ali to the show. Hi, Ali. How you doing tonight? Who do we have here?
This is Tertulia.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is my male guinea pig, one of them.
Okay.
I have him since last year.
Last year?
This is
Okay.
Yeah, this is a gift from my ex-boyfriend.
So you broke up with him, but he let you keep the animal.
What?
He broke up with you, but he let you keep the animal.
Yeah. I have
And you
two more. I can show you, but
Sure.
I can, yeah, I can show you. I can show you now because they don't get along too well.
Oh wait, so do they stay in the same enclosure or the same place?
The other two they are like in separate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why I'm showing.
Just this one.
Thank you. I'm showing this one first. He's like my favorite.
No, so
My
does that mean
really-
because he doesn't get along with the other two, does he kind of live by himself?
What? No, I mean, no. This is like my baby. Like
Mhm.
the youngest I have. The other ones are older. That's
Okay.
why I think don't get along too well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you to decide? Did you have guinea pigs before your ex gave you this, or did your ex start you with it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he gifted me the because I was too excited about them because
Mhm.
I think they are really cute and they are adorable and
They are.
yeah. I really love guinea pigs. They are so like gentle. They are good friends. Um,
Do you have
they
like
are
an emotional connection with them?
yeah. Um, like a really strong connection. They sleep with me. They are
Really, they sleep with you.
yeah, yeah.
Did they cuddle with you, or do they kind of run around the bed?
Just like on my side.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Because we always think about like dogs as being emotional, pets, or like having an emotional connection. But you're telling me that guinea pigs can have that too.
Yeah, they are they have connections. They are really familiar. I don't know how to
No, I
explain
understand
it.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Are they friendly with everybody or just with you?
With me it's like more. I don't know. They are like I think with anybody, but more like with me.
Right. Because they know you're their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. How long do they live?
They live like say 6, 8 years, maybe more, like maybe
Okay.
10. It depends. It depends. They they can be noisy sometimes, like they are a little bit annoying, but because they make noises when they are hungry or
So do I.
when they want love or when they want
So do I.
water. Yeah. Um, they they like to destroy things like cables. They like to chew cables, and yeah, and they also like to eat my hair. Like they buy my hair, and sometimes they
Free
cut my
haircut
hair.
during the quarantine there, Ali.
Yeah, yeah, they are so funny. But they are lovely. You can take them with you, like they are like so
Yeah.
tiny. You can
Do they
have
do any tricks?
um I yeah, I think they can yeah, they can spin and they can sit stand into no.
No, he doesn't want to
Not
do it.
right now.
He's got stage fright.
Yeah, he's he doesn't want it to like this.
He's cute. That's cute. I like it.
Yeah, he's camera shy.
Was
If you
there
want,
anything? No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
no. If you want me to show you my other two guinea pigs, is that okay?
That would be great. But yeah, that'd be great. And then we'll ask if anybody has any questions for Alex. Oh my God, they're so cute. And these are your older ones, right?
Yeah,
They're bigger than the other one.
yeah, really big. Um, they want to sleep.
They want well, yeah. It is a little late. Sorry about that.
You wanna know
Guys,
something?
Ali lives in Argentina, so she's a few hours ahead.
You wanna know something about them? When they sleep, they have their eyes open.
Really?
Yeah, they sleep with their eyes open. Like it's weird and
Yeah, I
it's
used to do that. I used to
scary.
do that. But does anybody have any
Yeah.
questions for Ali? That is so cool, though, Alex. That is so cool.
Sorry. I'm back. Sorry.
Do they have eyelids? Like do they have eyelids?
What?
This thing right here?
No,
No.
no, they don't.
That's probably why they.
No.
Do their eyes ever close at all?
What?
Do their eyes close ever? Can they blink?
Uh, yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes,
How old
but
are
not when they
they?
sleep.
This 1 year and a half, and the other one's 3 years.
They're adorable. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, they are amazing.
I first got introduced to the guinea pigs guys when I was visiting Ali's live, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have her on the show. Gotta see the guinea pigs.
This is
What are their
Tertulia.
names, Judy?
Tertulia. This is Tertulia, and the other ones are Hohenheim and Capi.
I like the cap.
Capi. Do they use it in the bed or are they potty trained? What?
Do they? So when they're in the bed with you, do you ever have an issue with them going to the bathroom in the
No. Sometimes they are bad boys.
bed? So sometimes they leave you a little surprised.
Yeah.
Are they hard to take care of?
Yeah, they are hard to take care of, and you need to give them a lot of attention. They need a lot of space, or they might get aggressive due to lack of space. Yeah.
Right. So this is not a pet for someone who just kind of wants to adopt a pet and leave them be and leave them alone. You have to actually
No.
interact.
No, you can't. Or they will eat your cables and anything they can.
Are they? What do they eat?
They eat fruits and vegetables, and they have like a special food.
Yeah, hamster or guinea
No,
pig
no,
food.
puppies start sell lettuce, but they can eat a lot of lettuce because they will get sick and they will probably die. Because I used to have a female guinea pig, and I gave her not a lot, but she was sensitive, and I gave her lettuce, and she got really sick and she died.
Okay,
So
so do not give your guinea pigs lettuce.
no, you have they need a diet, a special diet.
What
What is
is
the
the
name of the It's Tertulia. That's the name,
no,
Tertulia.
no, no. What is the how do you say guinea pig in Spanish?
Okay. Conejo de la India or cobayo.
Here you go. I'm not going.
How many
Try to-
years have you had them for? 3 years and 1 year and a half. And a half. Yeah, guinea pig. Conejo de la India or cobayo.
They
They
do,
talk?
Judy, when they're hungry.
No, they are noisy. Just
But they don't
are
talk, but they
noisy.
make noise.
They make noises.
Right,
Like,
right.
Like right now, I don't know if you can.
So John's asking about why they don't get along. Is it because of the small space?
No, because this is like a new one. This is like the baby, the new one, and they didn't grow up together.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that you'd like for us to know, Alex?
What?
Anything else you would like for us to know about guinea pigs?
They can be smelly sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
When they want to mark their territories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they are. mm, How often do they take a bath? Oof. Oof. Like a lot. A
Yeah,
lot.
me too.
A lot. They poop.
Any other questions for Allie, guys?
You.
Well, Allie, thank you for being part of the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being part. And y'all, please give it up for Allie. She's been an amazing guest. Please if you haven't favorited Allie already, do it. She's an amazing streamer. Got great
Have a good
content.
night.
Bye, Allie. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Buddy.